Today you're joined by Randall and Marshall. We're back after not making a video for months, or editing or releasing. And off camera, we have Urshel, who's running our cameras today. They are his cameras.
I mean, we got Urshel here. He's the fucking guy. Every time our videos have looked good, we've used his camera. So I just want to say today we got Urshel here off mic. Thank you for being here, bro.
Also,
I'm off camera, not off mic.
I tried to be an asshole and do a better one.
we've used his cameras, but I was the one behind them and in front of them, so I clearly didn't know what I was doing because it looked bad. But anyways.
And if it looks horrible, it was Marshall this time as well.
You also did kind of manipulate. You're like, come down here and do what you do because you know how to use cameras. And then, well, no. Start changing shit the whole
No, but
time.
do it like I do it.
Yeah, and we're gonna mic you up.
Am I at the studio? I'm like, I hire a really good director, and then they decide to make a good movie, and I say, no, nobody will like that. Let's do it this way, and I ruin it.
This is season 8 right here.
Yeah. We need to up the saturation.
Yeah, we can do that.
Three, two, one.
That'll work.
That looked good. All right.
Also, it's one channel, so it all comes up together in one thing.
You know, I haven't edited in 6 years, so I don't know how it works.
It's okay.
I don't know what program you
Leave
Final Cut. So we haven't done a video in a while. We haven't edited or uploaded.
We have like 5 videos in the can waiting to be edited.
So we're just gonna bullcrap.
Yeah.
We wanted to start on Halo.
Halo TV series on
Paramount.
Discover? No, yeah, Paramount
Discovery
Plus.
Channel.
I like how sidetrack already that all the streaming channels have like Hulu Plus, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. Like, fucking be original. Have something.
Yeah, and they're also like diverse. That it's confusing about what's what. I don't know.
Like you're like, oh, people were trying to watch. My wife and her friends trying to watch Yellowstone. I don't know what the fuck it's about. I'm assuming some cowboys.
Sawyer's in it.
Cowboys eating pudding or something. But what?
I'll probably like.
Everybody's
that
like,
show.
oh, is it on this app? Is it on this app? So we're like buying all these apps to try and find the fucking show.
Oh my God.
And then we finally found it. And it's
You
like,
can't look it up first.
they did, and it was said it was on all of them. So, and then
To buy.
no, it was like to watch, like to stream, and it was wrong because we eventually got it, found it on one, and it was like you can watch season 4. So I was like, man, I can start from fucking season 4, whatever. It just these apps are fucking stupid.
Oh my God.
So,
they're
anyways,
as bad as we are at putting up content.
yeah. So we want to talk about Halo. I took a bunch of notes after watching the trailer. They released the trailer. It's coming out sometime this year.
Yeah.
I know that. I don't really.
Can I say a quick thing about it?
Go ahead.
Okay, so we played the games for years. That's us. We talked about that in another video.
Yeah.
Halo 2 came out on my birthday when I was 14. It was like a big deal. We all played it up all night campaign. And then
Except for me, I had to go to sleep because I had to go to school.
Yeah,
You weren't going to
oh
school.
yeah, I remember that. And we like got so far into it, and we're like, wow, yeah, what a loser. You got us into the books, and then we continued the games. I don't know. Anyways, I don't watch trailers. I think we try to sometimes not watch trailers. If we think we're gonna be into it.
Yeah.
But I ended up watching this one eventually, and maybe we should roll into your thoughts on what you've seen and what you know is coming, and then I'll try and talk you into liking it.
what I've seen, I don't know, the trailer, you can automatically tell that they're changing the story quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing Halsey says, oh, he was made for this mission to defeat the Covenant, which is a lie they said in the books anyway, so it could be a lie here as well.
Yes.
Because they were created to fight insurrectionists. But it looks like they're wildly changing the story because they know about Halos and they're actively trying to find them. Unless this takes place, you know, after they've already found the first Halo, they're trying to find the Delta Halo.
What if it's jumping time too?
Yeah, and if that's cool, that could work.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. Seeing as how I know they've cast a Miranda Keyes, but she's young. It's like when John is a kid, basically.
Oh, okay.
So that wouldn't be, and you know, and if they're gonna jump forward, you're at least gonna. I guess you don't ever have to show her if they're jumping around so much, but that's gonna be kind of hard to jump around that far. To jump 20 years.
And canon is a interesting thing nowadays. Like, what is real, what isn't, what counts. Are you gonna follow the original story because it's been told?
Yeah.
When Man of Steel and BVS came out, I mentioned it. people freaked out because Superman. This isn't the Superman I know. Batman doesn't kill people.
Yeah.
But Snyder was gonna tell his own story from beginning to end with an arc of Superman becoming who he is. Batman starting here, turning a different light, and then what happens in the last Justice League, which he's talked about. But it's a story based on those characters, a new version of it.
Yeah.
We could get a version of that, where we understand who we know who the Spartans are, or at least Master Chief, and it's different because they're trying to tell a different version of the story. It could be a good version. Might not be better. Might not be as good. Could be better. I doubt it.
It could be.
Anyways, I wrote down that I hate it.
I wrote that I hate it. No, that's the thing is, there's people you can trust with the story that they're going to give you something fucking awesome. We've said this before about Neil Druckmann being so involved with the Last of Us TV series that we knew he's given us, him and his crew have given us great fucking story twice. So we trust him. Any story he gives us for that show, we're probably going to love because he's earned that fucking faith. You go see a Quentin Tarantino movie, you know you're going to fucking like it. You may not be your favorite of his in the long run, but you're going to fucking really enjoy it the first time through.
Hashtag Neil Cuckboys over here.
Yeah.
Because we like him so much.
We already know he's giving us what looks like essentially the story with some little more stuff added, a lot more Jackson.
I just want to say real quick, let's not spoil too much because our cameraman who is mic'd up hasn't played The Last of Us, and I want to show him it at some point.
That's fine. I can stop there. We have faith though. And as we said before, the characters can change with Pedro Pascal being Hispanic or Latino, however you want to say it, as opposed Chilean. He's Dornish. Sorry, he's Dornish as compared to being white like Joel was. But we know Druckmann can kill it. The story's great. Doesn't matter what you change because the story's so solid.
Yeah, character.
Yeah,
it's all about character.
It's like taking Empire, and you could change that all around. If you're remaking Empire, exactly the same story, you could change details.
I thought you were going to say like Splinter of the Mind's Eye.
Oh yeah, no, that was all right. It was weird though.
I've never heard
it. It's a book between Empire and Jedi.
You just told me about it.
Yeah, I don't remember. But anyways, so we're going into a new series here with showrunners we don't really know. I looked into it
for Halo,
and they did a bunch of shows I've never heard of, or don't like, don't look good. They don't have a good pedigree behind them, and then they're automatically going in like we're changing shit on a very well established, over 2 decades old story. We're just gonna fucking tear it apart and change it. You haven't earned that faith for me to fucking change up Halo.
So you're saying you reserve the right to be very skeptical until it's good?
Yeah, Eric Nyland gave us a good fucking story in those books. Don't fuck with it. You haven't earned that.
Did he? I mean, I'm not trying to argue against your point. I'm just saying, what if? I'm pretty sure he was almost ghostwriter. Like they gave him 90% of what was supposed to happen, and he fills it in as far as like prose for a novel. What do you think? Like Joseph
That's possible.
Staten and the Bungie team originally said, "Here's the first book. We just wanted to lead up to our story. They were kids. This happened. This happened. This happened. Fill in the blanks. Make a novel for them."
Well, good. He did great then.
Yeah.
Okay.
That creative team, whoever it was,
okay,
good story.
Great. You're right. But you just didn't like me giving him the credit?
No, I'm just saying, who knows?
No, yeah, we don't know. He might not even have written it. His dog could have written it.
He wrote another book called Mortal Coils, and it was like his first original story. It was like
sucked.
Yeah, well, these two kids who were like, they go into hell or there's like magic or something, like brother, sister. And I bought it. I was like, this looks pretty sick. Flipping through
Eric Nyland.
Like 2,000 pages. Like, wow. I read like half of the first chapter. I was like, oh my God, reading is hard. And I just like put it down. I still have it on my shelf. But
did you audiobook the other ones or something? The Halo series?
I did. I wonder if I've ever actually physically read those.
I've physically read them all at least 6 times.
Okay. So if they change this series, you're offended because you spent hours reading text.
I spent days, weeks.
So you're Luke Skywalker, the sacred texts.
Yes. So I start looking at this show.
Randall, it's time to let old things die.
Let the past die.
Let the past die.
Kill it if you must.
Yeah.
So
sorry, Halo.
They're wildly changing the story, and it's just odd to me. And I start looking into, is Jen Taylor, the voice of Cortana, is she going to play Halsey too? Because they're basically mirror images of
Can I say something about that?
Yeah, you can.
Can I keep interrupting you constantly and constantly?
I'm used to it.
That's all I want to do. Just interrupt you. I'm just kidding. They had another Cortana apparently, and then people said, "Why aren't you having Cortana play Cortana?" And then they put Cortana in as Cortana. So then, okay, let's say that happens. Why not have her play Halsey?
She should, because
And I thought that's what I saw in the trailer, but maybe I'm wrong.
I looked it up and hold on. It's somebody named Natasha McElhone, something like that. She has some weird fucking name, but she's the one playing Halsey, while Jen Taylor is playing Cortana. And fuck you, Cortana's like colored in and looks like a person and not blue.
She's colored in?
Like, pull up an image of Cortana from the series right now. Just like you do to me with Last of Us, go ahead, you pull up this fucking atrocious bullshit. Did you watch this trailer?
Oh,
Rachel?
that's...
Nope.
It's terrible.
I know her.
Yeah, she's familiar.
Dr. Halsey. Oh, she was the girlfriend on the Truman Show.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I didn't even look up Cortana.
She's not Dr. Halsey. It shouldn't be that way. It should be Cortana. That's a big part of the story.
Batman doesn't kill people.
It's gonna keep happening. Here, let me look out what I have. Not following canon. I don't give a fuck about, that could be good if you like. You look at like a Into the Spider-Verse or a What If type show where it's like, here's
Aquaman shouldn't be Jason Momoa. I'm just kidding.
When
You're like,
when
he
you do
shouldn't,
what
he
if
sucks.
scenarios and you take characters and you just throw them into entirely different stories. We play that fucking game all the time, trying to change shit up and throw like Beavis and Butthead into Ice and Fire.
But they shouldn't do that in a writer's room, is what you're saying?
no, they could do that. But then they're gonna go ahead and change my characters. I'll say it. My characters on me.
These are my characters. I own these characters.
When I start looking into it, and I'm like, well, okay, like, oh, that was a big change because Miranda Keys is a big character in the game and was white, and just a stark change. And then I see Captain Keys is younger and a black guy, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not like mad that they made him black, but I'm like, so you're just gonna come in and start changing the fuck out of stuff and changing the story.
But
it's like,
Alicia Keys is black.
oh, you're right.
So
They're descendants of Alicia Keys. I get it.
I wonder if we're the first people to make that stupid joke.
I don't know. Which I don't really have a care about them changing race on characters. I've said this before with The Last of Us,
Yeah, like the Joel thing.
the Joel thing. But
We don't give a crap.
I know there's a solid story there that like you can take liberties and change whatever the fuck you want because you're gonna give us something solid. So them changing the story, changing the characters, and like you're doing too much change to where don't even call this Halo anymore. Just call it something else.
Really?
Yeah.
When it's Master Chief and they're going to Halos and there's the Covenant?
Okay, they take like 3 elements from it and then change everything else. They change the fucking story. They're changing characters. They're changing lore on characters, why they exist, and then they're gonna.
I'm not gonna be at all upset until I know that it's bad. Because like the way I'm looking at it is this: they could change most of everything, and it could even be weird at first. But as long as they hit those things, those payoffs that they're going for, why they changed it, it could work, right?
I hope so.
But it's looking greasy from here.
It's looking greasy. Admiral Hood is in the trailer. He looks like fucking Admiral Hood from the game.
Okay.
Watch.
It's like that
Sergeant
character in Dune, the one that is like the liaison between the two factions. Like she's not only a female in the movie, she's also black. So like they put a black female in instead of a male.
Yeah,
in the
when
books.
apparently it was a male
Yeah.
in the book. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing they're doing there. There's an awesome fucking story that they're sticking to and doing right.
And she did a good job.
They're Dooning right. Yeah.
When they stabbed her in her milk.
Uncle Dune.
Do you remember Griddles?
Yeah, you told me about that.
Like
Or was it in our video?
I don't know.
You hear him in the background?
Stabbed her in her milk. Ursula and I have seen Dune more times than we've, done, other things that human beings do in our lives.
It's a good movie. I only watched it the one time, but
You've seen it once.
I was disappointed I didn't watch it in theaters originally for the first time.
Oh, yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Come over and watch it at my house.
I should sometime.
Yeah. He's got a legitimate 4K UHD Blu-ray that he paid money for. He bought it. He bought the movie.
Yeah, 10-bit,
He
4K.
bought the
UHD.
movie.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm like,
Purchased
I thought
it.
you were talking about the TV. I'm like, did like somebody tweaker steal this TV and you paid $20 for it? Or you're talking about the movie itself.
What were we talking about? Halo? Why are we still talking about
like
Halo?
he said with Dune, though, you change something, but you still are telling a good story. And maybe they will. Maybe they'll knock my fucking socks off. But I used to know a bunch of guys who went by saying, expect the worst, hope for the best, fuck the rest.
That's good.
It is kind of good, and it's also really fucking stupid. So let me go ahead and get back into my notes here on Halo. I feel, and this is what the fucking world is now, woke. So they're just like, let's change everybody, make it racially diverse, just so people will watch it and go, wow, they did something. They done changed the race of everybody. It's just a way to appease people. I feel like they're doing a lot of that. I feel like they're putting in diversity just so they can say they did.
My thing is a few questions about diversity in the original story. Weren't the Spartans a diverse
Yes,
group
they
of
were.
kids?
They were
Okay.
all over the place.
Yeah, like all over the place, and even some of them became like physically deformed, and they were
Yes.
still able to do other tasks.
Yeah,
That's
there was.
the way you could bring diversity in this, like legitimately, and don't do it in a way that's like forced. And like I don't say forced because it's bad, but like if you have to force a black man to have a role, it's like it feels like it would be demeaning.
Yeah.
But like he could be the like Fred. Fred's probably black. I don't know.
You never know.
Fred is the bad, like one of the bad, like badass.
He's the best. He's
Spartans.
actually the best of them.
There's Sam. Who's the one who
I always felt Sam was black. I don't know why.
I did too. Jackson. Who's the one who gets launched away in Ghost of Onyx?
Joshua? No,
Joshua just gets his arm ripped off.
no. His
Hold on.
name is it Andrew? No, Kurt. Fucking Kurt.
Kurt. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're like that's the way to bring it in. Like do it. Like it would just feel if I was an actor who like we're Hispanic. I probably look like it a little more than you do, unless you just have your top button going. I would feel like if I got brought into a project and they said we're hiring you because we want to have diversity in this, and you're gonna play this role as a white guy, it would feel
Yeah,
like
we're remaking Breaking Bad. You're gonna play Walter White.
yeah, I would feel like oh, so that's the only reason why you hired.
Oh, it's not because I'm good.
Yeah, it's not because of my merit, and it's not because of the character in a certain way. So
I could picture the guy getting to play like Keys sitting down with the director and be like, "Tell me I got this role over merit, not just because some guy died on the shitter."
oh, that's what is that?
That's Sopranos.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's Ralphie
Well, look at
Cifaretto.
when they purposely. I don't want to say stunt cast isn't the right word, but they purposely throw in these. Just we're trying to appease people so they'll shut the fuck up type things. We're hitting all the check marks down the list so we can make a movie that everybody's gonna love.
Mhm.
The pandering, that's the fucking word I'm looking for. Look at Avengers Endgame. When Captain Marvel, the most OP character, gets the fucking Infinity Gauntlet, and like, how's she gonna run 20 feet by herself? And all the women appear and like, not gonna do it alone, girl power. And it's like, if I was a chick watching that, I'd be like, go fuck yourself.
I felt like that watching it. Like
Oh, I felt like that.
as bad as the movie is, that's not even the worst part of the movie.
It's gonna be the last Jedi of Halo-ness. Like we're just trying to change it up and make things different. We're gonna subvert your expectations by making a piece of shit.
So it's going to be better than Empire.
Yeah.
It's what better than First Strike or
So-
what's the best Halo book? I think it's Fall of Reach.
Fall of Reach.
Yeah.
First Strike is dope.
Yeah,
Fall of Reach. Have you read any of them?
No, sir.
Audiobooks exist.
I really like Ghost of Onyx too, but Fall of
yeah.
Reach is where it's at. It's all the
Yeah.
Eric Nyland ones are the ones I love the most.
Re-listening to them last year,
Mm.
pretty good. First one's still the best, but Ghost of Onyx is new in a different way. It's fresh.
Well, it's changed. It's taken you outside of anything you knew in this, even in the games or anything.
Surprise! There's a whole other planet where a whole Spartan's training the next group of Spartans. It almost sounds like a bad sequel, but it works really good.
It's what you would see in a
There's
bad.
another
Yeah,
Death Star.
there's another Death Star, another Terminator. That's what I felt playing going into the new Halo game, Halo Infinity.
Yeah,
Like the game starts off and it's like Chief shows up like a random guy left over in a Pelican after bad shit happened, and like, oh, what's that? There's something floating through. Oh, it's Master Chief. Bring him in. Bring him alive. And then like, oh no, what's going on? Oh, there's a Covenant ship entering the system, and he's like, I'm gonna go take down that fucking ship, and he just like launches himself out the back, jumps off of debris, goes in, blows up a whole Covenant ship, escapes, and like, we're gonna go land on that half destroyed Halo. I'm in.
can I say something?
They had another Death Star.
It's when you see Chief do the same thing again.
I know.
It's interesting, but at the same time, I'd like to see him sit down and have a cup of tea or like
No,
play
no,
a game of chess.
Fuck that.
Like play like
Get
can-
your Star Trek out of my shit.
Can he do a game of chess?
Yes,
like,
he's actually really good.
like he jumps across the board and he takes.
They go
out-
over how like
he
they
takes out
actually
the
are like
dragon.
masterminds at that kind of shit and are unbeatable at chess.
that ODST fight where he breaks them badly. Wasn't that arranged?
Yes, that was arranged. That game, they give me the same thing that I've gotten 4 other times.
The 5 or 6 or
with-
whatever it is.
This is Halo
Oh, it's
6.
it's
This is
Infinity.
Infinity. Yeah, this is the 6th game. 6th main game. And all that's what I'm saying is like you give I was hyped. It's hyped as shit. is that I landed on this Halo. I'm driving around in a Warthog, dun, 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 and I'm like feeling like I'm 12
So
again.
you just want Star Wars where they do the same thing again?
Yes, that's all I want. Give me the same thing.
You
That's
wanna
what,
watch the
audience,
Han
that's what
Solo
audiences
movie?
want. They want the same thing
You
over
want
and
the
over
Han
again.
Solo movie?
I haven't I've never seen it.
Yeah.
He's not wrong, by the way. The like emulated WoW servers, people play the same shit over and over and over and over again.
Exactly. You just
Like
want to
classic
relive your
WoW
childhood.
over and over. Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome. That's what I want here.
I don't like Lex Luthor's hair. I don't like that he's Jesse Eisenberg.
I don't have a problem with that. Because I didn't give a fuck about Lex Luthor. I didn't grow up with him. Oh,
Yeah, I liked it.
the main thing here, I think that Ridley Scott should have just done it back when he was talking about doing it, the Halo series.
Peter Jackson was going to do it.
Or was it Peter Jackson? Maybe it wasn't Ridley Scott.
I wouldn't be surprised if both of
I
them.
thought Ridley Scott was talking about doing it at some point, but
There's
Peter
like
Jackson,
Yeah.
been amazing.
It would have, it's like 4 years after, or probably less, Return had done so well. Return of the King, not of the Jedi, in theaters and in the Oscars or whatever. So it's like he would have been coming off of Return of the King to Halo, as he called it. I like Halo. That's how he said it.
So he
Like,
never played
there's
it.
a clip of him.
So he's a
like,
liar.
yeah.
I don't remember the name of the guys making this. I didn't even bother to write their names down. That's how unnoteworthy their careers are. But I'm just gonna go ahead and call them the new Dave and Dan right now. I'm going out on a limb and just talking about how bad I think this is gonna be, and I will take my shoe off and chew on it on camera if I'm wrong. And this show's awesome.
Okay.
'Cause they say like
Well,
eat your shoe or put your foot in your mouth. I will
yeah.
do that.
Here's the problem, though.
We're never gonna talk about Halo again if I'm wrong.
You're never gonna put your shoe in your mouth because no one has Paramount Plus. No, I'm just.
I have it. I'm going to watch it.
You're like, I have them all now.
I have them all free trial at least.
Yellowstone.
Getting stoned? Is that what you said?
Yellowstone.
No, I get high and like buy them all.
Kidney stone? Did you say kidney stone?
No, getting stoned.
PTSD over here.
So that's all I really had on Halo.
So basically,
Movie, flick, film, cinema. Like this is a video at best.
So you have nothing to say really because you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
You're just saying, please don't suck. You're saying,
I'm saying it's going to suck.
okay,
Expect the worst.
okay. Well, how about this?
Hope for the best.
From me, that's in Prisoners. Expect the worst, expect the worst, hope for the best. Anyways, for me, it's parts of it look, woo, they changed that, but I'm hoping it's good. You know, I'm hoping that these people who are writers have written it, and they understand you when you make a decision in a story, it's meant to go somewhere. Ursula and I are watching Raised by Wolves. It's a HBO Max show.
You hear good things?
The show's visually amazing. First 2 episodes, Ridley Scott. But the story, they will have, it almost feels like an entirely different writer's crew every 3 episodes. I don't know if Ursula's experienced this yet. But they'll make a decision with a character, and then the next episode, that character feels the exact opposite way. Or whatever.
So it's like the hard switch Dave and Dan did at the end of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Where
but
Jamie Lannister
constantly
doesn't care about anybody.
And you can say that it's justified because there's like a line here or there, and sometimes not. But like, there's a story that the whole season is telling, and by the end, all the bad stuff for me is worth it visually and because they come up with the really cool ideas by the end. But it's like that kind of stuff would worry me in Halo. We have 5 cool set pieces. There's gonna be a Halo. There's gonna be a cartography room. The Flood shows up in the middle of the season, like stuff like that. And then it's just garbage to hang. Like that's hanging on garbage.
Yeah.
That could happen. I'm holding out hope that it's good.
Expect the worst. Hope for the best. That's what you're doing. I'm just being a lot more pissed off about it.
And I'm open-minded that it's gonna be good.
Oh, the other thing. I can bring up one more thing I wrote down.
Yeah.
About it. I just remembered to go back to. The guy playing Master Chief, his name is Pablo Schreiber as Chief.
That's his picture?
Yeah, that's the guy. Porn stash from Orange is the New Black. I've seen him in other things where he did good, and it's just like, I don't care that we're going to see Master Chief. Of course, you've got to show the fucker's face. I guess,
He's tall, right?
He is tall.
He's not a ginger, though.
Master Chief a ginger?
I thought he was a ginger.
He has freckles. I don't think he's a ginger.
I had the impression that Master Chief was...
Maybe they'll give him ginger hair.
Maybe he'll be
That's-
black.
Are we offending you right now?
No. The thing is, Master Chief has to be a ginger because he has no soul, and Cortana is his soul.
Oh.
Do you want to move further into your notes?
No, yeah.
Are we done with Halo?
Yeah, I got.
We're done with it before it comes out.
Okay.
They're gonna do that theme, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, I love it. They did the thing that I like. I recognize it."
Fuck you.
They're gonna get you.
They're gonna get me if they show Chief jumping towards a Halo, like just some ridiculous shit. It's like, I'm giving them back their bomb. I'm
What
like,
do you
yes.
do? Winning this war, and then he.
Like the entire thing is ADR'd, not his voice. It's the guy who does Chief's
Yeah,
voice.
yeah.
Like, fuck him
Did you
in.
know it's Danny DeVito who does Chief's voice?
That'd be awesome.
No,
I know it's not.
did I say DeVito? I meant
You definitely did.
The Affleck guy.
Danny Affleck.
Affleck. What's his
Gilbert Gottfried.
name? Yeah, that's Master Chief's voice. What's in your notes?
That guy's voice should be coming out of Danny DeVito's body, though.
What is it? I wanted for mail fraud.
I'm wanted for mail fraud.
We should have talked about Scrooge.
There's like actors that every person does an impression of, and I think Gilbert's the one everybody nails. Like a lot of people have a walk-in they'll do, and most of them aren't good. But I think like anybody could nail
You want to hear my
Gilbert
walking?
Gottfried. Your walking Phoenix.
My walking Phoenix? No, my Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
It's hey Christopher Walken, what are you doing? Finishing this fight. Is that not funny?
Is that BVS?
No, it's Halo.
Oh,
All right, next.
sorry.
That was hilarious.
Joke not landed.
It's got a Mountain Dew seal on it.
Yeah.
Was that even in frame?
I don't know.
You're like up here. I'm just kidding.
I mean, like,
Okay.
you're editing, not me.
I'm editing this. No libido to attack.
Okay, that's the tone you were doing.